Welcome to Showverse. My name is Kylie McHenry, and today I'll be talking about Rooster Teeth's animated series, RWBY.
Man, born from dust, was strong, wise, and resourceful. But he was born into an unforgiving world. So you may prepare your guardians, but take heed. There will be no victory in strength.
But perhaps victory is in the simpler things that you've long forgotten. Things that require a smaller, more honest soul. Ruby Rose, where did you learn to do this?
Signal Academy?
And what is an adorable girl such as yourself doing at a school designed to train warriors?
I want to be a huntress.
You want to slay monsters?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Oh, I can't believe my baby sister's going to Beacon with me. Please stop. So, what's your name? I'm Weiss.
Blake.
Yang.
John.
Kira.
Ren.
Nora! Great, the gang's all here. Now we could die together.
You have traveled here today in search of knowledge, to hone your craft and acquire new skills. But your time at this school will prove that knowledge can only carry you so far. It is up to you to take the first step.
Whoa! Is that a scythe?
It's also a customizable, high-impact sniper rifle.
A what?
It's also a gun.
Before we begin, I just want to warn everyone that there will be heavy spoilers for the first 3 seasons of RWBY. The story begins with Ruby Rose listening to music at a local dust shop. Roman Torchwick, a thief, and a group of henchmen decide to rob the shop. One of the thieves had the bright idea to try to steal from Ruby, which resulted in him being thrown through a window. After the conflict, Ruby is offered to train at Beacon Academy by their headmaster, Ozpin. Beacon is an elite school that is designed to train future hunters and huntresses. Yang Xiaolong is Ruby's older sister and also a huntress in training. She's a thrill seeker and excellent fighter. Her semblance is taking damage and then redirecting them at her opponents.
Nailed it.
Wei Shni is the heiress to the Shni Dust Company in Alice. She went to Beacon to train as a huntress to uphold the family honor. She feels that her father, Jacques Shni, has tarnished the name and refuses to let him be the end of the family name. Her semblance is unique due to the fact that it is actually hereditary, so not only she has it, but so does her sister Winter, and her grandfather did before. Blake Belladonna is a faunus. She is half human and half cat. She was formerly a member of the White Fang, a group of misguided faunus who wished to bring equality to their race, usually through the means of violence. Blake ended up leaving the White Fang when her former partner, Adam Torres, took the violence too far. She decided to train at Beacon in order to escape her past and start a new life. All 4 make up Team RWBY. Jean Arc has the biggest character development in the first 3 seasons. He went from being Vomit Boy on the ship to Beacon to becoming a formidable fighter. It all started with RWBY giving him the advice saying that he's a leader now and he's not allowed to fail. And then Pyrrha ends up help training him to become a better fighter and learning how to control his aura. He still has his moments, but for the most part, he becomes, for all intents and purposes, badass. The very concept of creatures without a soul, which in this case are called the Grimm, is a very scary thought. But Rooster Teeth incorporated these into the series, and I think it was done beautifully. These monsters just keep going and going and going until they're destroyed, and they're attracted to sadness and fear and basically negative human emotions. And let's face it, people get those a lot. And then if you throw in Cinder's group, Roman Torchwick, the White Fang, and the list goes on and on. These villains just make it so riveting just to watch the fight sequences. Like, you're rooting for the good guys, but at the same time, the way that they flesh them out throughout the seasons, it kind of makes you feel for some of the villains. And to be honest, Roman Torchwick was actually my favorite character for the first 3 seasons until they introduced Crow Bronwyn. And then he just took the spot over from there on. And the entire time they're going into the backstories of the main characters from Team RWBY, they're also going into the backstories of some of the villains. Like, you find out about Cinder wanting to become all-powerful and taking the Maiden's power. Emerald, who didn't have anyone consider Cinder her only real friend. Mercury, what he did to his dad. I mean, just, there's so much that they just bring into the story little by little and make you want to know more. This Will Be the Day, written by Jeff Williams and performed by Casey Lee Williams, is probably my favorite song out of all 3 soundtracks for RWBY. It just, every time I hear this song, it just makes me want to sing to the world. It's so powerful and moving, and frankly, I want to learn the song for karaoke. It's just that good. And linked below, I will have it for the music video. And I would just highly recommend this show because it has such great rewatchability. It is my favorite animated series, and I've watched the first few seasons a dozen times, if not more, and I just think it gets better and better as it goes. And that ends the discussion for RWBY's volumes 1 through 3. I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions on the show in the comment section down below. And if you have any recommendations for me for other anime to watch, I'd like to hear about it. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Showverse. Come back next week for a brand new episode. And feel free to go on our website to get access to our different social medias, not only for our main account, but for the different series and movies that we have available. And don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon. We go behind the scenes, and we go through Zoom meetings with the editors, cast, crew, and more. And feel free to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post content regularly. We currently have Gamer Nami and Crew, which is our gaming series. We have Showverse, which is our reviews, interviews, and more. And we have a few short films.